If you're looking for a channel, keep it real and spitting facts. No need to look further. Gangsta emoji where it's at.
We keep it gangsta.
Everything I say, keep it real.
We keep it gangsta.
Everything I say, you can feel. If you looking for a channel, keep it real and spitting facts. No need to look further. Gangsta emoji where it's at.
We keep it gangsta.
Everything I say, we keep it real.
We keep it gangsta.
Everything I say, you can feel.
Hey guys, it's your girl Miss Lita, and I'm back with another video. So first things first, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to the hottest YouTube channel on this planet, where we keep it gangster with our gangsters. So how y'all doing? Y'all alright? Y'all okay? Well, good then. If you new around this block, we ask that you go ahead and like this video, share it with your friends and family, and most importantly, subscribe. Subscribe. Become part of the family. And when you do become a part of the family, make sure you turn on your gangstification bells. Turn them on. So that way you can be the first one. Not the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, or the sixth, but the first one to get this hot sizzle as we drop it off in this YouTube streets, honey. But please, don't forget to make sure to like this video. If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down. Either way, we thank you in advance for simply just watching. So guys, without further ado, let's get into this article. Now, I found this article to be extremely interesting. Basically, let me read to you what happened. Michigan parents are outraged after a kindergartner brought in a small bottle of Jose Cuervo's margarita mix and gave them to several students during snack time. 5 kindergartners, age 5, at the Grand River Academy shared Dixie cups of single-serve margarita mix on Thursday after a student, who later admitted she knew it was alcohol, gave it to them, telling them it was juice. Now, just a quick recap. Like I said, it was 5 students that are kindergartners who were served Jose Cuervo margarita mix during snack time on Thursday. The parents were outraged. They wanted the other parents who actually wasn't watching their child to be held accountable for their child's actions of bringing the drink to the school. And they wanted further disciplinary actions to be taken against the 5-year-old. And then also they did report that all the students that actually were affected by the drink are doing fine. Now, one of the young ladies was actually taking medication during the time frame of this, little party that they had, I guess, at the school with the drinks. So that was a major concern for the mother. Now, how they actually found out is one of the students went up to the actual teacher and let her know, hey, there is alcohol in this drink. And so the teacher kind of brushed it off, really, wasn't paying it no mind, the way they're saying it, until the little girl, I guess, became serious with it. So the school wound up calling the poison control and everything and monitoring the kids for 30 minutes because that's how long it normally takes for a child's body to absorb alcohol. Now, what happened is, they waited to see if they were going to experience any more side effects because one of the students became woozy and kind of dizzy from actually having consumed the alcohol. But now what some people don't know is children consume alcohol and can experience seizures or comas from drinking alcohol. But now everyday products such as rubbing alcohol, mouthwash, and etc. can affect a child as well because they have small portions of alcohol, but not, it's not a liquor or anything like that. So that is one of the things that Poison Control let them know at that time in regards to the alcoholic drinks. So now y'all know I wouldn't be your girl Miss Lita if I didn't have some questions, baby. I definitely got some questions in regards to this. I wouldn't even say that I'm baffled. I'm bothered. I'm extremely bothered. So my first question is, why isn't the alcohol drinks locked up and out of the way or the reach of a 5-year-old? I have never, let me say, when I was growing up, my mother never drunk around us. And, you know, her siblings had drinks and everything like that. However, we knew not to touch it. You know, you don't touch this. So are you not aware of your children of what not to touch, what not to drink? Are you not monitoring what is inside of your refrigerator or within your child's reach? How was this so accessible to a 5-year-old? That is what really gets to me. How could a 5-year-old have access to an alcoholic drink? Tequila, Jose Cuervo, like, make that make sense. I mean, I don't get that. I really don't get that. So my other question is, how and why does a 5-year-old know what the alcoholic drink is? I think they know what their parents have shown them, like, okay, this is alcohol. The parent may have shown them that it was alcohol and may have said that it's not to be touched or something. You know, of course, kids are going to be kids, and you tell them don't do something and temptation kicks in and they're going to do something. So the fact that the little girl knew that it was an alcoholic beverage and then later shared it with the other students that it was not juice, it was actually alcohol, it shows that the parents did at least make the child aware that it was something that they weren't supposed to be touching, but they decided to do it anyhow. But does a child at the age of 5 really grasp what in the world alcohol is my question. I really don't know. You know, I don't feel like a child at 5 would know exactly what an alcoholic drink is. Now, they ought to know when their parents say don't touch something, then you don't touch it. Because my child know I don't play that. If I tell you don't do something and you do it, it's going to be consequences for your actions. Point blank, period. But I would never leave an alcoholic drink just lying around for my child to be able to get to that freely. I don't care. In a refrigerator, whatever. So then my next thought is, why doesn't this parent check the child's backpack before they go to school to see what snack or drink they are taking? Like, I monitor all of that when it comes to my child. I'm going to know what's going out of my home. Now, if my child was to get something to drink, again, it would have to be from somebody else's child, because I know what's going in my child's snack bag. I know what's going in my child's book bag because I look and I put it in there. I don't let my child do it by herself. However, I how can I say this? I assist her while doing these things. I show her what is appropriate to go within her backpack. I make the snacks so that way I'm aware of what is going into that snack bag. So I'm not understanding why this parent didn't check the child's backpack before they sent them off to school to know exactly what type of snack or drink that their child was taking. I'm not saying that this person is a bad parent. They could be young and just not have thought that their child would do something like that. So there's a difference between not knowing and sheer ignorance. But for me as a parent, I can only say that anytime that something goes into my child's backpack, I'm making sure that I'm assisting my child, because I'm going to know what's going in that backpack. And I'm especially going to know what they're consuming to eat or drink. I'm not just going to allow them to go in the kitchen and just grab something and I don't know what it is. I don't get that. But again, it's a different day and age. Things are different pertaining to some of these parents. Unfortunately, we do have a lot of babies raising babies, and so they don't know. But we have to get them all the way together so that way other kids aren't affected by lack of experience when it comes to lack of experience when it comes to parenting. So then my other thing is, why doesn't the teacher check all snacks before allowing the kids to eat them or to even drink them? Like, how is it that this child was able to pull out this drink and have Dixie cups? It's like she knew it was going to be a party. She had Dixie cups for her other 4 friends so that way they could get ready to consume this alcohol and have a party. How is it that these kids had the ability to be able to, one, open the drink, because, they tightly sealed, 2, have Dixie cups and be able to pour it up without the teacher knowing? So it was bartender time in the classroom and the teacher wasn't paying attention. She wasn't paying attention. She didn't ask them what was in the Dixie cups. Why did it take a student to approach her to figure out that it was really alcohol within the Dixie cups? That's what I'm not understanding. I do know that we can't see everything and we can't be there for everything. But how long of a time frame did these kids have this bottle of alcohol? Because the bottle is halfway gone. So it had to be a substantial amount of time that this teacher wasn't monitoring her students as well during the snack time. I think that's the most important time to monitor your students because, one, you don't know if they're going to eat something that they could possibly have an allergic reaction to. 2, you don't know if it's something that they could possibly choke on. So you really need to be monitoring and watching what the kids have. 3, you could have a bartender in your classroom and you never know. Like, why wasn't this teacher paying better attention to her classroom? That's a question that I would like to ask in regards to the school. Now, my next question is, why are these kids sharing a drink with COVID-19 and other things going around? Please explain that to me. Why are they sharing a drink? Why? Like, is the school not telling them, hey, we're not allowing you guys to share anything? Because, again, somebody is not monitoring these kids' interactions. So I'm confused. I'm confused as to where they got the Dixie cups from, if the child brought the Dixie cups or if the Dixie cups was supplied by the school. Because why are these kids sharing this drink? Why? That's what I need to know. And then, like I said, how much alcohol did they consume before the teacher actually was aware? And I found out that it was basically half of a bottle. The bottle was almost empty. And the only reason that the teacher knew is because, like I say, one of the students approached her and let her know that it was alcohol in the drink, inside of the Dixie cup. And then another student said that they felt woozy and they felt dizzy. Now, one of the students, their parent was extremely worried because their child is on medication and it's alcohol that you're mixing with medication, so it can have severe effects. Now, that's always something to worry about and be extremely concerned about. So this particular parent actually removed their child from that school. But what are you going to do if it happens at another school? I mean, what can you do as a parent to prevent something like this from happening again? And I would really love to know how you other parents feel. What can we do as parents to prevent something like this from happening again within a elementary school with a 5-year-old? Now, some of the other parents, like I said previously, they wanted the child's parents punished for the child bringing the alcohol to school. What's y'all's thoughts on that? My thought is the parent definitely should have known what was in that snack bag. They should have been monitoring their liquor. Their liquor shouldn't have been accessible. But what kind of punishment can you really give that parent? Because it wasn't like the parent gave the child the bottle and said, here, go take this to the school and give it to all the 5-year-olds that you can give it to. So I don't know what type of punishment that they can place upon this parent, because the parent was unaware of what their child had. Now, could they possibly say endangering a minor? Possibly. But it would be a very far reach because of the way the law is written. So that is something that would need to be looked into. But I really don't see how they can punish the parent for the child's actions. I don't see it, especially when the child knew that it was something that they shouldn't have touched, because they said later on that they knew that it was liquor. But again, by not knowing what liquor is and just hearing someone tell you don't touch, everybody, it's like the forbidden fruit with Adam and Eve. Your mind gets curious. You wonder why you can't touch it. What is it about it that you can't touch? Some kids listen, some kids don't. I fear my mama, baby. Trust. I fear that woman. My mama could be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, especially when you didn't listen. But I appreciate that now as being an adult, because it helped me to be better prepared as a parent in regards to things to do for my child and what to monitor with my child, because it wasn't too much that we got away with as kids. Because my mama, she was the floor rustler. She would get up in the middle of the night. She gonna make sure everybody's safe, sound, and in their beds. If you didn't wash the dishes or whatever you had to do at nighttime, she was gonna wake you up, make sure you got it done. She didn't care if you had to wash every dish within the house. You was gonna make sure that her kitchen was clean. So she did those things to monitor and measure what her children were doing on a daily basis. And she went through our backpacks. She knew what was coming in, what was going out, everything. So are the parents now becoming so relaxed in their measures for parenting that they're not checking simple things as their backpacks and their kids' snacks? That's something that we need to know. So then the last thing that I want to know again is, how do we prevent something like this from happening again or happening in another school? How do we prevent this? I think some of the responsibility falls on the teachers as well, because you should know what your children in your classroom are consuming. They should have their snack items out, and the teachers should be walking around looking at these snack items to know exactly what these kids have. And they should be especially monitoring them when consuming any type of food or drink, because a child can very easily get choked. They can swallow peanuts or something and it go down the wrong windpipe, or they can have an allergic reaction just that quick. So I'm your girl, Miss Lita, and I'm a little bothered. I'm a little bothered by this. But this, again, is something that'll make you go, So until next time, I'm your girl, Miss Lita. I'm out this thing. Peace.
Another day, another story. Keep it gangsta with gangsta emoji.